Welcome to the Unorthodox Jukebox Podcast. I'm your host. This is my co-host today. This is Antoine. He owns his own security company. Married, established gentleman. Today we're going to talk about a hot topic. It is, do you think when you get married or in a long committed relationship, should you combine finances or should you keep separate accounts? I don't know. Was that kind of around what I was going? Okay. I'm going to let my guests go first, and then I will weigh in on what I think. Again, the question is, should you merge accounts when you live together, when you're in a serious committed relationship, when you're married? Or should you keep separate accounts? Shoot.
Now, this is a disclaimer, okay?
Anytime it start off with something like this is a disclaimer, you know already.
This is my opinion, okay?
It was at this moment.
It was at this moment.
Yeah, right.
He fucked up.
And it's not talking about me and my situation, okay?
Yeah, this is just hypothetically in general.
It's a lot of what's the word? It's a lot of different variables that go into this specific topic. It always depends on the two individuals. Number one, it depends on who you're married or who you're dating. If you're doing that, you have to take into account if one person is paying all the bills or if this is a joint thing, if it's a 50-50 thing, which is a whole nother conversation, where you are in life. So there's a lot of variables that go into it. In my opinion, I feel as if once you know your person, you know their habits. If one person is better with money, then that person technically should be the one that's dealing with the money.
Hold on, repeat that again.
If you have one person that's better with money, then I feel like that person should be the one mainly dealing with the money. Everybody can't handle money. People spend crazily. Some people spend frivolously. Some people spend cautiously. You know, you have to determine where y'all are in the marriage or the relationship to decide if that's even a conversation needs to be had. So that's a conversation that had been in my household before. And, you know, again, there's no right or wrong answer, but
don't shy away from the question.
I'm not shying away.
There is a right or wrong answer.
Stand up, Antoine.
In my opinion.
No.
Don't be a wimp.
No. What?
Don't be a wimp.
You know why? No. So y'all ain't finna get me in trouble. No, I feel as if she thinks that we should join all funds. My stance on it is we started a
you
joint
said
account.
This wasn't about you.
It's not, but I'm adding me in there.
Oh, you want to use yourself as an example?
Just as an example, then we'll get back to the open
all right
thought process.
Okay.
Her opinion is to join all funds. So my stance is we start a joint account, and yes, we can start at that juncture of trying to do so. But as far as all monies, I can't do it because I have a business. And having a business, sometimes if I'm talking to business owners, you know, your money is tied up and wrapped up at least the first 2 or 3 years. Because if something goes awry, something goes astray, client doesn't pay, you're responsible for your people. You're responsible for people that you pay. You're responsible for any bill that happens. So if the company is not bringing in the money on the appointed date and time that you're supposed to have it, where funds are supposed to be allocated, where you think that money comes from? My pocket. So if you are not cautious or spending cautiously with the mindset of you really don't have it to do, or you set aside a budget, like we were talking about.
I'm gonna get to that.
Yeah, and you can expound on that. Then you really can't do that. Now, where I want to be, let me clear it up. Where I want to be, and where we're headed is where I'm taking care of everything, all bills, and her money is her money, and I don't ask about her money. I don't care. Right now, I want to say we're probably 75% there. We're not 100% there. So a lot of things are still a hold, or a lot of things may be a no right now, or we can't go this time. A month or two ago, you'll probably spend $100 or $200 that month on just entertainment alone. And this next month, you should be okay with me saying, well, no, this time it's a wait, or this time it's a no. Okay. Because we've already spent a lot of money in the last 2 months.
And if they get mad or upset if you were to say something like that, is that a point of contention that raises a red flag, or do you just have a discussion about it and keep trucking?
So we asking my opinion?
Yeah. You in the hot seat, fam.
Hey, I'll be in the hot seat. This seat ain't hot right
You
now.
wimping out right now.
No,
You trying to cover all your tracks.
No. I don't have that problem because mine is very understanding. However, I have been in situations where there was no understanding. And it raised a red flag for me because I had done something every month for this specific person, which I won't say names. And then when it came around to Christmas, it was already understanding that, hey, I've done something every single month, just try to show my appreciation. However, the funds are kind of tight right now. I have, a Christmas party. I have these different things I need to do. So there won't be any money allocated toward Christmas. We get all the way to Christmas, and then there's an issue. Even in front of the family, it was like, well, I didn't get nothing.
Okay. All right.
Wait. So I'm saying again, one, it goes back to, it depends on the person. Two, if a person does not understand when you are always trying to accommodate or do something different, take her out, go out to eat, do random things, and then they have an issue if you say no out of two times, 3 times, then yeah, that's a major flag. And then we can start going on your money.
All right.
Let's talk about that.
Okay. So I wrote down some notes here.
Okay.
I'm gonna cover everything. But I got one question. Before you weren't always financially responsible, were you?
No.
During those times when you weren't financially responsible, did you have a girl that was financially responsible?
I would say yeah.
Did you let them take hold of the finances?
Oh, no.
Exactly.
I would say, did I let them pay for stuff?
Okay.
Take care of me?
No.
Yes.
No.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we know that. You had people paying cell phone bills, and I'm like, how?
Card notes everything. I don't know how I did it either.
Me neither.
The Lord is kind.
No, that was you running game.
Hey.
Anyway.
I ain't had no game.
Okay, so I'm saying, you just said earlier, and I'm not trying to come at you. I made notes. You said earlier a couple things, and I'm gonna elaborate on each one of them. One, you said it depends on who's paying the bills, and then the second thing that I'm about to ask you.
Let's do one at a time.
Well, hold on, because it's
a
let me yeah.
Okay.
The first one is, you said the one that's better financially should manage the money.
Okay.
That's why I asked you the question about when you were not financially responsible, did you let your girl, who at the time was financially responsible, take over,
no,
manage the money? And
you know why?
Said no. So why would you expect, right? Because you was doing your own thing at the time, right?
Uh-huh.
Why would you expect a woman to, man, I sound like a panderer right now. I'm the one sounding like
go ahead.
But why wouldn't you allow her to be over the finances if you weren't? And why would you expect her to let you be over the finances if she used to doing her own thing?
20-year-old Antoine is different from 40-year-old Antoine.
I like that answer. Now, let's go back to the first point you said. Or did I let you finish that? I didn't want to cut
it's
you
okay,
off.
but go ahead.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right. You said it depends on who's paying the bills, who should manage the money. That part I disagree with.
That's not what I said.
I wrote it down.
If one person is better with money, then that person technically should be the one that's dealing with the money.
Hold on, repeat that again.
If you have one person that's better with the money, then I feel like that person should be the one mainly dealing with the money. That's a whole different thing. I'm saying
it's on the paper, y'all.
Listen, one of the factors is who's paying the bills. If I'm paying all of the bills and I'm saying you're better with money, then I don't have a problem with giving you, all the money to pay all the bills. But I'm expecting to see everything so I can, know what I have to work with. There's no problem. In a situation where the other factor is you have a business or you have a mother that you're taking care of,
I'm gonna get
or
to
you
the
have
business. I'm gonna get to the business.
or I'm talking about just in general. If there's other things that's associated with that, and you're not bringing in any money, it's a different conversation.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Okay. So
go ahead.
Here's the thing. First of all, I'm gonna give you my opinion. My opinion is that a man and a woman, whether married or in a relationship, should always have a separate account for themselves, and then they should have a joint account that they pay bills from. And here's why. One of the number one causes of divorce in America
finances.
is finances. That's been a running leading cause of divorce
It's a lot
for
of
a long time.
Finances,
Which means that,
communication.
people get into arguments about little money things, right? He might want to save for a house. He might be frugal. She might, want to buy things or go on trips that they can't afford at the time, because everybody want to have this fairy tale in their mind that a man should be able to wine and dine and take them, when reality is inflation is high. A gallon of milk is $6 freaking right now. Jobs aren't paying enough. The wages.
Most men don't have the education. I won't say most. Some men don't have the education to get to the next tier.
About the education is necessarily that big of a thing, because you could still get not a factory job, but you could still get a job that pays money, but without the debt. It might not pay what a woman would make after she goes to college for 4 years, but then she got $50,000-$60,000 in debt.
I'm not talking about the Pepsi driver job. And now I'm not talking about nobody's job. I'm talking about white collar job in the office with the suit on, CEO, financial operator. I'm saying, if you're not at that level of what you were just addressing, if you're not at that level, then the jobs are not paying what we really need to take care of child support, a whole household, all the bills. It's a lot.
Yeah, it is.
It's a lot. So
you need a two right now in 2024, you need a two family income household, because things are expensive.
But in the case that you don't, because I have been in situations where you live under the means of what you can afford.
You can do it, but
now the problem is sometimes that's gonna be in an apartment when you want a house. Sometimes that's gonna be driving a paid off car when you want something new, where you gotta keep getting putting antifreeze in it. I'm just saying it's gonna be.
I would wager to say that the majority of these financial things right here that come up as a problem is because men have women, and women cost money. Because just think about this. When left to their own devices. No, think about this. You'll be
in trouble on that one.
I'm not going to get in trouble, because you got to, if you listen to understand, men can operate on very little. No, men can operate on very little.
That's true.
We need food.
I just saw an Instagram post about that. He walk out the door and all the cash go up. He put her back in. He walk out the door. Nothing happens.
So what I'm saying is, for me, I don't need fancy things. I got a truck that's paid off. It's 20 years old. Okay. Let's just say if you got a girl, right? Men spend all the money they spend. They buy the nice cars and they buy the houses and all that, so they can impress women, so they can attract women. If they don't have a woman, they can live in an apartment for $600-$700 and save all their money. They can drive a 20-year-old car. They don't have to look good for the Joneses or look good for whoever. Most of the things that men spend money on is to impress a woman.
True statement.
That's like just the material things, not even including if you're going out dating, taking women on dates.
That's a whole other thing.
That's a whole other thing. Okay,
we can get to that. I was spending so much money.
So I think women.
Hold on, why do women do it then?
Why do women do what?
You said men spend that kind of money to impress women.
Yeah, they do.
Why do women do it? Why do women spend that kind of money on Gucci, on shoes, on purses, hair, nails? Is it for them and to impress other women and men, or what?
This whole baloney, malarkey about that they buy nice clothes and they dress up, whatever, to impress women. Oh, I did it for myself. You don't make. If you did it for yourself, you could walk around in sweats and no makeup.
That's his opinion.
That's not my opinion. They don't do it for other. I mean, they do it for other women because they want to look better than other women, but they primarily do it for men. Men is a market. If they
so
didn't,
you think they out here trying to secure the bag by going to get BBLs,
absolutely,
and purses,
it's
and
the only
heels.
reason why.
So why they shut men down? Most of the time, let's
social media. Hold on.
Okay. Oh, that's a whole different topic.
Keep that, but let me get back to what I put to the
ahead.
initial topic, which was, do I think they should have separate accounts? I kind of hit on it already. I think you should have one joint account with your partner that both of y'all sit down, do a written budget, and say where every dollar gonna go. And some of that budget should be going to his account and her account. You know, like if y'all have separate incomes, you agree on what's going into the joint account, and everything else that you keep is yours. You can't tell me what I spend my money on, and I can't tell her what to spend her money on. That alleviates the money issue right there. The money arguments about, oh, you spending too much. Hey, if this month you want to go out and you have the money, you can go out. And I disagree with the thing you said. Her money is her money. I mean, my thing is, if I'm paying all the bills, you're not going to just not be responsible for nothing. Like, if we go out, I expect you to pay for that. If you want to go on a cruise, I expect you to pay for that. Because just take this into account. Let's just say if you make $50,000 or $60,000 a year or whatever, it don't even matter what you make, and you taking care of all the bills, you don't ask her for nothing. Well, when it's time to go out, she should always be pulling out her card. I shouldn't have to ask. I'm naturally going to try to pay for everything, but like,
I can agree with that too.
If we agree that you got your own money, I got my own money, I'm paying all the bills.
But Pete, the type of woman that you have, that shouldn't even be a thing that needs to be stated.
Well, so you're saying that, but the number one cause again of breakups and divorces is because of financial disagreements and money.
And a part of that is because we don't communicate properly in the beginning about our expectations about that. So I think that if I come in the gate saying, "Hey, right now, I ain't got it like that," but eventually I want to make sure I take care of everything. Now, just to go back to clarify what I mean by your money is your money. When I get to the point to where we're well off, your money is not needed. Now, I don't expect you to not do anything. I do expect sometimes when we go out to you, "Oh, I got it, baby," or "Let me buy you something because I see that you got a hole in your favorite jeans. Let me go buy you something." And that's a true story. I do got a hole in my favorite jeans.
Hold on.
And I need some more.
So you saying that in 2024, you think, you just said that you would tell a woman that, "Hey, in the future, I'm gonna pay for all the bills. You can do your own thing. Your money is your money." But you think that if you come at a woman like that and say, "Hey, look, I'm a traditional guy. I'm used to taking care of all the bills, but right now I ain't got it. It's gonna take a couple years." You think that any woman in 2024 that's dating gonna look at you and build with you?
It depends on the woman.
No, it doesn't.
Yes.
I can't speak on the exception to the rule. I'm talking about the majority of women.
I'm gonna tell you mine.
That are dating.
I'm gonna tell you mine. I can't.
Hold on. And this goes back to what you were saying about, you asked me, why do women do it? Okay. The whole thing, women got unrealistic expectations of what they think men should make. That's one of the biggest things. And social media has given them this false sense of every dude should be making $100K.
True.
Because of what they see on social media.
But again, I guess it's poor choice or poor selection that we as men go for. You want to find build woman who's gonna be money. They cost money and they broke. Not all of them.
And they liability.
Not all of them.
Man, listen.
Some of them don't want to work. They want you to take care of them.
All women want you to take care of them, whether they work or not.
Well, so
all women.
So before I lose my thought,
in their nature. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
So I'm gonna talk about mine.
All right.
It was that conversation of the expectation. She expected a man to take care of all the responsibilities, the bills, take care of the household. That was the expectation. So after dating and getting to know where I was and where you are now, I can decide, or you can decide if that works for you.
Well, you don't think that?
Hold on.
Okay.
If it doesn't work for you, then you say, "Oh, well, that's not what I'm looking for." I don't know if I want to put that down. A close friend was like, "Nah, a man pay for everything for me. He pay for my car. He pay for that. She can run down a list, and they do it."
You don't think all women expect that though?
Even if no, because I as much as I want to say that's the majority that do expect that.
All women.
I can't say all women. I can't agree with you. I can disagree because
sure,
my experience is there are some women that will understand the vision in a person and see the purity of that person's intent.
Sure.
And know that I want to build with this person. I don't care what you got. I don't even have to have nothing. I don't care what you got. I see the yeah, I'm telling you.
Malarkey.
I'm telling you. Well,
no, if I may, I'm gonna give an analogy after you get done.
If it was not the truth, if it was not the truth, she sure fooled me. And even if it was a lie, she fooled me enough to make me want to be that person that when I get to that point, then I don't need your money. I want you to say it's not. I want you to say I want you to spend it on what you want
during the process of getting to that point, though. Most women won't wait for you to get to that point.
Okay,
they call that struggle up.
That's their problem.
Here's the analogy that I want to ask.
Goodbye.
We talking about a woman, CEO of a company. she makes $1 million a year. Matter
Okay.
of fact, let's just say $500,000 a year.
That's already a good question.
$500,000 a year.
She don't want
Okay.
nobody that's making less.
So even that woman, she wants a relationship. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
Okay. And if she wants to be in a relationship, the minimum expectation of any woman, all women, yes, I'm grouping all of y'all, is that they expect their man to make at least what they make or slightly higher. Do you agree with that?
Agree, unless they're unattractive. If they're unattractive, they don't care.
Okay. I can agree with that. All right. So that being said,
Dang.
hold on. That being said,
Maybe I need to recant that
yes.
statement.
That being said, even women that are high earners do still expect to be taken care of. And this is why those women have really put themselves out of the dating market, because the percentage of men that make even six figures is only about 13%. I checked these. I don't.
13.
It's a 13%. I did the research. I had another podcast episode where I looked it up, but I don't know if that's current the number. So the last time I checked, which was probably a year ago, it was about 13%. So if 13% of men make over six figures, and you got a bunch of women that's single out here, all y'all ain't gonna get no men that make $100K. The median average in the United States is about $50,000. So again, all women expect to be taken care of. All women expect a man to be traditional no matter what. A lot of them, the majority, are not willing to build with that man until he gets something of value where he can pay everything. And most men don't get to that point until they're in their late 30s, early 40s. Rather, I'm being generous there. It's probably later than that. It takes men decades to develop skill sets. How long did it take you to own your business?
I didn't own it until I was 38.
Okay, and how long had you been doing security?
About 22
years.
Working for somebody.
Okay, I did 22 years in the Navy. I built up skills throughout that time. It was a long time before I made six figures, right? But I don't make that now. But I'm saying the thing is,
let me borrow some.
I said I don't make that now.
But you did.
No, I mean, yeah, but when I was in the oil and gas industry. But what I'm saying is, it doesn't matter. Women want to be taken care of, and they have that expectations from the gate. That's why a lot of men ain't dating, because women expect these ridiculous numbers.
Let's say most women. Don't say all women.
All
because
women.
There is a small percentage.
No,
that
I
is
just
not like
said.
that.
I just asked you if a woman was making $500,000, right, and she looking for a partner. What does she expect her partner to bring to the table? As a man, does she expect him to make more, or would she be cool with a guy that's making less?
In my opinion, she would want somebody making more.
All
or at least the
women
same.
want their man to make more than them. Yes,
Yeah, you know
hold
what?
on. There will be women that will stick with you, but they still want to be taken care of. That thing that you was talking about, when I build myself up to that, then I'll take care of you. They want that, and they might want to wait with. They might want to rock with you, but hypergamy, which like women's desire to have.
What you call me?
Hypergamy means.
I know, just
okay. Anyway, hypergamy is the reason why all women expect to be taken care of. And if you ain't up to the task, they just ain't willing to wait these days until you get to that point.
So I'm gonna share experience. I can't call nobody name.
Wait, let me ask you this question. How do you find out if a woman is financially responsible or not? How do you check for these things?
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't know.
No.
That is not a good sign.
I don't know.
This is how you get duped by women.
Yeah, because I'm not going in asking, let me see your bank account. I'm not going in asking.
I didn't say how much money they make. I said, how do you tell if they are financially responsible, if they make financially savvy decisions or not? How could you tell that?
The only way that I'm not going to say you or anybody else. The only way that I would know is if you have the responsibility of paying one or two bills and you make your own money, and I'm not asking you for anything else, and then somewhere down in that month, or let's say almost every month, either a bill don't get paid on time, or you're asking me for money for something else when you're not asked to do anything.
Women don't want to spend their own money.
Okay.
They will spend their money for the dude they like, but they don't want to spend their own money.
I've learned that over time.
If given the chance, if you ask a woman, say, hey, look, we're going to go out. I can take you out, or this time, you can take care of it. If you gave any woman that option, 10 times out of 10,
they're going to want you to do it.
They're going to want you to do it if you can do it. They expect that. It's the expectations. We just talked about if a woman, whatever she's making, she expect their man to make the same or more.
You know what my wife taught me?
What's that?
Reciprocity.
Reciprocity.
That's what I said.
I got you.
Leave that in there. Leave it in there.
Now you brought up,
Reciprocity. Let me tell you, I wasn't used to that. I wasn't used to it because I felt like I would see myself as the giver in a lot of situations. And like you're saying, a lot of people want, always got their hand out, always asking for something else, not thinking that you have so much on your shoulders as a man in any relationship.
They don't care.
Don't say all.
I didn't say all.
You said they.
The large majority of women
using them,
don't care what you got going on.
Using pronouns, and we talk about women.
They don't care what you got going on. The majority of women, they don't care.
I'm trying to fight for y'all.
They don't care. They want the lifestyle that they want, and whichever man is the closest that can give them that is most often the one they will choose.
So do you think they're choosing out of love, or you think they're choosing out of who makes the
How can it be love?
The better financial.
The better
decision?
financial, hands down. How can it be love? You cannot
We
love
just
anybody.
talked about this.
You cannot love anybody until you spend a significant amount of time with them. So at the beginning, it's not love at first sight. When a woman first meet a man, she's going to decide if he gonna get to second base by certain things. Those certain things could be status. Those certain things could be personality.
I can't wait to see y'all comments on this one.
The thing is, it doesn't matter. A man has to have something before a woman will even consider him for a serious relationship.
Okay.
If you a Chad or Casanova, you might just be the dude that she letting smash, but she ain't gonna be considering you for no long-term relationship. What she gonna do is find a safe guy. We've been raised to be safe guys. I'm just gonna be honest with you, right? To be traditional, to take care of a woman, treat a woman nice. They gonna pick us.
God.
They gonna pick us, and then they gonna cheat with Chad. Not all the time. Not all the time.
Or misuse us or use us for the finances.
Yes.
Whatever we can do until we can't do it.
Yes,
no more.
because listen, traditional dudes they consider us boring. Now there are the ones that don't consider us boring are the ones that already have been in and out of marriages or long-term relationships that they already got cheated on or whatever. They got kids already. Ain't no young, single, or even older, successful women. They not necessarily, checking for dudes that's, Dexter. Dexter gonna own a company, but he's not appealing to them when they're looking for a partner. They choosing the exciting person. They choosing what looks good. They don't make these decisions to pick the right man until after they got a bunch of baggage. Do you disagree with that?
I cannot disagree.
Got him.
Going back to what I was finna say about my experience, I feel as if I was looked down on when I wasn't making the money that she was bringing in. And it played a major part in the marriage. It played a major part.
You've been married a bunch of times, so they don't know which one you're talking about.
Good.
That's not a shot. I'm just
saying. I don't care.
That brings up a good point, but I'm gonna let you finish.
But I was looked down on and disrespected. I think as a man, I think I was disrespected as far as making the decisions in the household. Stuff was just done and said, oh, well, yeah, I mean, I guess I'm a roommate and we both paying this on rent. And it's like, if we want to live in a nice house that we want to live in, and I'm not making the money yet that I want to make, then we both making sacrifices. If that's the only thing.
Just prove my point a little bit.
Man, I mean, but that was that situation. That was that. But I can go back, like I said, to other situations where I was the only one working and she was completely happy and satisfied with whatever I brought into the house. And because she was like that, I didn't mind giving her free money, random money. And not to put me out on Front Street, I was working in a at a time.
As a security
officer.
Okay.
And I was making money from what the company paid me. And at the time she wasn't working, right? And I was making tips every single night for if guys didn't pay, I rustle them up, make them give them the money. The girls give me half. If I walk the girls out, I get money for walking them out. The DJ, for keeping the place there, I made money. So on normal weekdays, if y'all know anything about well, y'all probably don't know. Y'all spending the money. These girls in here making the money. Monday through Thursday are slow nights. And the girls not making a lot of money. So my tips was probably about $60, $80. That's coming from each individual person giving you $5, $10. But on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I might go home with $200 as security. The front girl that's just clocking y'all in or checking y'all in might go home with $500 just on tips alone. So you can imagine what the girls was going home with. I'm saying that to say that I didn't mind giving my person, half of my tips every single night because she was so grateful for anything that was given, for anything extra that was done. I was already paying the bills. We was already living beneath our means. I was paying her car note, car insurance, gym membership, all these things. So she was comfortable.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
Now, once we got out of that situation for whatever the situation was and got into another situation, it was a whole different person. So now you're dealing with this person's idea of expectations and what they looking for, what they were used to. Her ex-husband used to pay for everything and her money was her money. Well, I ain't there yet. If that's what you wanted, you should have stayed with there. But you didn't. So let's work together to get to that point. It just never came to fruition to the financially the right way.
Okay. So you said something that kind of proved my point, and I want to dive into this a little bit deeper.
Did you write it down?
Yeah, I did write it down. It's on my list right here. It's on my list. You said that you was making less money than her and she would look down on you and she disrespected. Yes? Uh-huh. Okay, so I got a question, okay? You said initially, I asked you, the question was, do you think there should be joint accounts or split accounts? And you said there should be joint accounts, yes?
I said, yeah, there should be a separate account. I agree with you. It should be a separate account and a joint account.
Okay, now.
But not all money going to the same account.
Okay, not all money going to the same account.
All right.
Now, here's the question. I think in 90% of cases, and this is just my opinion, I don't have numbers to back this up, but I think in about 90% of cases, a woman who makes more than a man, even though if she may not say it, even if she may not act on it, subconsciously in her mind, she does look down on that man because she feels like, well, I wear the pants. I'm the breadwinner. I make the most money. So if a guy says, let's say they doing a budget, and in our example where we said you have one joint account where all the money go in, okay, and then we have our separate accounts. In this case, let's just say you're doing a budget and the man makes less than her and he says, hey man, this month, we can't, like she say, I want to go to brunch, and the brunch is $200 at an upscale restaurant. And the man says, hey, look, I did the budget. We sat down and did the budget and we don't have money for that. You ain't got money for that. I'm going. She make more money. She gonna feel like she don't have to listen to you. Now, do you agree with that or disagree? First of all,
agree.
Okay, if you agree,
how would you feel about that? Or is it going to forget? You gonna forget what you was going to say?
No, because I wrote it down.
Okay.
No,
how would you feel about that? If she said, "I got the money," because that what happened to me. I got the money.
She's done.
I didn't think that it matters.
Fired.
Oh,
she's fired.
I didn't think that matters. It's not coming out your pocket. You don't have to pay for it.
No, I'm saying if y'all putting,
I know, but I'm saying if you already know what y'all stance is, you know what your stance is. We don't have the money, so we shouldn't do it.
Right.
And she says, "Well, you don't have to pay for it." I feel like
that's different. If she gonna pay for it, that's different. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, let's just say,
it's still
if she wanna, yeah, it is. If she wanna reallocate something from the bills that maybe ain't that important.
Oh no.
I mean, but I'm just saying.
I got you. Now, that's
let's just say a man made $60,000 and a woman made $100,000.
Okay.
And they putting money in the joint account. I think, first of all, I mean, I do think that men should make more, but if they don't, I think it should be based on the percentage. For instance, if I make $100,000 and she makes 60, well, I don't think she should put more money in a joint account than I do because I make more. Now, do you think vice versa should be true? If she makes $100K and the man makes 60, should she put more money in a joint account than the man?
So I think differently. What
do you think?
I think that we need to put the same amount in there every month.
How can you put the same amount?
Listen,
let's just say
y'all agree upon a term.
I just said if he make half of what she make.
It doesn't matter.
You're fired.
Y'all agree upon a term.
Okay.
So every month, if we're saying, you make, let's say, if you break down that 60,000 times 12, well,
I don't know what it is.
Okay,
it's not that much.
Okay, but let's just say
it's probably $20 an hour or something.
Let's just sum up a number. Let's say you bring it home let's say 10,000 for the month.
Okay,
that's a lot.
That's like $60 an hour. That's
okay. Let's say 5,000 for the month.
Okay,
5,000 for the month. She'd probably bring in 10, 12,000.
Okay,
y'all are not gonna put that whole amount toward a joint account. So you say, okay, let's put 500 each in there.
Yeah.
That's nothing to her. To you, that might be a lot because you have bills that you're paying, but it's a sacrifice. But y'all start there, y'all building that account, y'all agree upon a term that you're comfortable with and that she's comfortable with. Whether she's making more money or you making more money, the amount that y'all agree upon doesn't change. This is the amount that we agreed upon.
That's a good strategy. And in theory, that sounds good. In theory, that sounds good.
It can work.
It can work, but imagine
until you break up.
Hold on.
We need to bust it down.
Well, imagine if a woman is making $100,000 and you making $60,000.
Okay.
What type of house do you think she gonna want to live in? What type of car do you think she gonna want to drive?
Okay. What does that have to do with you?
That means that the monthly bills are going to cost more, which means that the amount that y'all put in a joint account to pay bills is going to be more. If she make $100,000 and you make $60,000, right? She gonna want to stay in an upper echelon house, in an upper echelon neighborhood, which means that things are gonna cost more.
Are you?
And in your idea about putting, we come across a number that we agree to, right? Say the number was 1,000 and 1,000.
Are you paying all the bills?
Does it matter?
It does matter. If you're paying all the bills, then it does matter if that 500 is gonna affect you. If you're not paying all the bills, she's paying her car note, she's paying her insurance, her cell phone bill, and you're paying the mortgage, and she's paying the little bills, but like the, light, gas, water, but you're paying the mortgage, and the bills come out to being, kind of even Steven, you're still not taking away your whole paycheck.
Okay. 2 questions.
Okay.
Do you think if a woman made twice as much as her man, in my example, maybe 50,000 and 100, no, 50,000 and 100.
Oh.
I'm staying at the 6 figure.
Okay.
Do you think that she would want to have a joint account with a guy?
It goes back to, it depends on the woman.
You didn't answer my question. You jumping around
I
the
would
bush.
say,
I said, do you think,
jumping around the bush?
Do you think a woman that makes twice as much as her man, in this example, 100K, she's making 100K, he's making 50?
The average woman, no.
Okay.
But we ain't talking about average women because neither one of us got average women.
What would you do if you was with a woman who made twice as you and you said, hey, we can do joint account for the bills and then you keep your money, I keep my money. And she said, I don't want to do that. I make more than you. How would you handle that situation?
Oh, so you paying all the bills? That's what I'm asking. So you paying all the bills?
What if she say, no, you supposed to be the man. You the provider.
We need to have a talk.
A lot of women are like that. Do you disagree? Now, this is where you stand up for the women or whatever you were saying. Because I'm telling you, I've studied this for like the last couple years. Wrote a book on it and everything.
I feel as if I agree with what you're saying, but there are a percentage of women that are not like that. It don't matter. It doesn't matter how much money I'm bringing. If you find love and true love, and I know you don't like going back into it, I feel like when you find love and true love, it changes your mindset and your stance on some of those things. It doesn't matter. I mean, we need finances to live and to function, but our entire marriage and relationship is not predicated alone on finances.
No, but it is predicated largely on finances.
Largely?
Largely.
Explain.
Money is a tool, but you need it to live.
Okay. You need to pay bills.
You need it to pay bills.
Okay.
I can tell you that.
Your bills are not your whole paycheck. Your bills are not your spouse's whole paycheck.
I can tell you that if you are not providing the type of woman that in a woman's mind that she think you should provide, that she either is used to or that she wants.
Goodbye.
No, not goodbye. There's going to be a lot of little small arguments about money because she going to want to do things and you're going to be tight gripped and she going to want to be a little bit more. And listen, you can do that and a woman will probably be with you. It just, the clock on that is not long.
I feel like it's healthy to have conversations to get understanding because, there's a lot of people that want to go and do and travel and go eat at the nice restaurants and you can do all of that, but in you have to do it sparingly. If you're at that place where you're trying to save and you're trying to get to another point in life, you can still take your lady out. You can still every now and then go bowling. You can still every now and then go to a movie. You can still do these things, but
hold on. I remember a point that I wanted to make that you said something about. And this is the thing. You said, well, not all women are like that. On this podcast, I cannot advise men on what you're saying. And here's why, right? I have to advise them not on the exception to the rule, but to the rule. For instance, if 95% of women are like what I'm saying and 5% of women or like you're saying, I cannot in good conscience tell these men that, yes, there's a hopeful 5% that you and a bunch of other men are competing for. Because the thing is, I think about it as if I was advising my son. If he was telling me, I would have to tell him what female nature is like, and it's ugly. Women do not want to build with you. They want a ready-made guy. They do not understand when a guy doesn't make six figures. They don't understand sometimes what budget is. They just want to go, and do. When you get with a person, if they used to, let's just say if they used to having fun, they pay all their bills, but they go out. And at the end of the month, after all their bills are paid and they've gone out and done what they wanted to do, they don't have any money. They broke even. And then they get with a man. Do you think when they get that with the man, they're going to want to stop doing all that stuff?
No.
That's going to cause problems.
No.
That's going to cause a lot of problems. I'm used to going out to Ruth Chris and all that. I pay all my bills. And you saying, hey, we need to save some money. We don't have no money. We live in paycheck to paycheck.
Okay.
You don't think that's going to be a constant argument?
I think that it will possibly be a constant argument.
Possibly?
Yes, because
they going
over time you grow older and you get yourself together.
What do y'all think? Y'all
right,
jump in the comments and tell me what y'all think, because I think you live in a delusional world.
No,
if you
I
think
don't.
You keep saying, well, not all women are like that. Most women are like that, and I have to advise guys on what most women would do.
I disagree.
I just asked you, if a woman made $500,000,
hold on,
or any amount, do they expect they do to make the same?
Let's talk about more realistic situations.
Okay, what's realistic? I can tell you what's realistic.
Let's talk about a realistic.
Let's talk about the median that men make. Okay. It's between $45,000 and $55,000.
Okay, and probably 75% of those men, maybe 60% of those men are on child support.
I don't know about that, but a lot of them on child support.
Let's just say, well, you can even say half. Half of them on child support.
Okay.
So now you're thinking about an amount that the government says you make.
I pay in child support.
Okay. I don't want to talk about numbers.
I'm gonna beat that out. I pay a lot in child support.
But look, the thing of what I'm saying look what I'm saying is
whoa, stop snitching.
We don't talk in numbers. What I'm saying is, with all that money that comes out already, Uncle Sam take his money, child support take their money, then you're expected to live on the rest of this little money that's left. Hold on. And then you're in a relationship with somebody who's making the money, who don't have those expenses taken out, right?
It's just proving my point.
No, I'm not proving your point, because there are still some women out there who sees the value in you.
What percentage?
I can't say a percentage.
Well, you got to give me your best guess, educated guess on how many percentage of women you think don't look at your finances and look at the person first. Women that don't look at how much you make or your status first. What percentage of women would you say that is, in your opinion?
7%.
Oh, I thought you was gonna say more.
I wanted to say more, but I had to think about.
What number did you want to say?
About 10%. I was, but my reason for that is because I'm thinking about it after they meet you, after they now getting to know you. Now they know your financial situation. They don't know that right when you first.
You ain't gonna make
meet
it to
somebody.
that. You ain't gonna make it to that. Not in 2024. You're not gonna make it to that thing
now,
about them getting to know you. 95% of the time.
I wasn't making a lot of money a lot of years, but I had different. Now I don't want to get too deep in that, but there were different people, and there were people making way more money than me. That didn't matter. I was being taken care of. I was.
Yeah, you also have. Okay, so if you a man that looks decent and you got a little bit of swag, you can pull that off. But the average guy, they did a study over about 5 or 6 different dating websites about what women think about men. Do they think they're attractive? And they thought 77 or something % of guys were ugly.
Damn. Not true.
Which means that a lot of women don't even find men attractive.
Fam. Not true. Fam.
Which means that if most women don't find a lot of men attractive, there's only a small percentage of men that can pull off what you're saying. What are you doing that for?
So you can know where to put the clip at.
Okay. All right. So we both agree that you should have a joint account, and a separate account. But I really truly
But
think
he
you're
don't-
not taking into account.
He don't agree with how much. If
You,
she's making
you
more,
keep
he's
saying
making
that a
more.
lot of women would do this. A lot of women will rock with you, and I'm here to tell you that most of them would not in 2024.
So let's pose a question to them,
Yeah.
so that they can answer in the comments. How many women are in agreement that they would prefer a man that's making more money than
Oh
them,
my
that
God,
can
that's-
take care of them, or
That's all women.
or let's ask the other women who would prefer a man that's going to treat them right, that looks good, that eventually has the mindset to eventually take care of them.
First of all, men, y'all jump in the comments too. The question was again. Ask them what you want them to comment on again.
The women that would rather a man off the bat take care of them,
Okay.
but you have to put the
So,
stipulations
hold
on. Hold on, put the stipulations
No.
on it.
How
Take
many?
care of
How
you.
many would? How
Hold on,
many
hold on.
women want a man to take care of them?
That would take care of you.
That women
But-
would take care of the
No,
man?
no, no. The men that will take care of the.
Okay.
How many women would rather the man that will take care of you?
They all of them want that. It's
But
my
they
opinion.
might not even treat you right. They might cheat. Men gonna do that even if they ain't got money. But I'm just saying, some men anyway.
The other camera shut down. I'm using my phone right now. We're gonna have a part 2 to this conversation because we was having I forgot what even the question. Oh, you wanted to formulate your question.
I
For-
rescind my question.
Yeah, no, because the question
No, I
was,
rescind it.
do you think?
No.
Do you think in the comments? Let
To
us
be
know.
Continued.
Do you think that women want a man that is already can take care of them, or do you think they would be willing to stick by a guy if they knew his character, knew he was a hard worker, and they knew that, or they thought, not knew, but they thought in the future that he would be able to take care of them? Do you think it's more women like the first thing I said or the second one? Do you think women are willing to wait in 2024, or do you think they want?
I can answer that question. I think.
Well, that was your question.
Yeah, I told you I rescind it because it's not. I recant it because it doesn't make sense now.
In the comments, okay? Thanks for joining us. We're going to have a part 2 to this Unorthodox Jukebox podcast. We want
To be continued.
to be continued. Thank you guys for watching. If you still here, man, I appreciate y'all, okay? You can cash at me at Rivers World 1. It's on the screen. If you want to
Cash
support,
App
we need
is-
new mics and cameras. As you see, my other camera just
Cash App
overheated.
is-
So, and it's still talking about it's too hot. I see it sitting over there on the desk. Anyway, thanks for joining me, Twan. I
My
appreciate
Cash
it.
App is- No, you're welcome. I enjoyed it. All right, see y'all later. I'm out of here.
All right, deuces.